Defender of Freedom uploading data log for day 45 of the Galactic War. Data archive. Day 45 would contain significant victories for Super Earth, with significant progress on the Major Order, as well as continued steady progress on the Automaton front. The majority of Super Destroyers on day 45 will be focused on the Terminids to complete the Major Order, so we will start the report with the state of the war on the Terminid front. On day 44, there were offensives on 3 different planets: Hellmire, Crimsica, and Oshaune. A Terminid attack in Astanu would also commence on day 44, opening up a 4th front as a defense. The Major Order is to obtain and maintain control in Fori Prime, Astanu, Crimsica, and Hellmire. With just under 11 hours to defend Astanu on day 45, this defense will be the focus for the early parts of the day. Unlike the Terminid invasion in the previous week, the Terminid attack servicing in Astanu was not uncontrollable. Helldivers and Super Destroyer crew by now were very experienced on the battlefields of Astanu, and this Terminid attack will result in nothing more than more for the biomass collection teams to collect. After only 6 hours into day 45, Astanu's defense will be complete. The defense would complete with 4.5 hours remaining. Uploading defense and liberation data for this time period. At the start of the day, the gap between the defense and the Terminid attack would be 8%. Once the defense completed, it was nearly 20%. Very slight progress will be made on the other 3 planets during this time, with the most significant amount happening in Crimsica. In the following hours of the day, the focus to complete the Major Order will be in Crimsica and Hellmire. Crimsica will be the main focus during this time period, as the liberation of Crimsica would secure the Draco sector. We are happy to report that roughly after 9 hours, Crimsica will be under Super Earth control for the first time in this war. Uploading liberation data for this time period. Liberation on Crimsica would increase by 55% in just under 10 hours. Liberation in Hellmire and Oshaune were also steadily increasing during this time period. Completing the liberation of Crimsica would fulfill 3 out of 4 requirements of the Major Order. In addition, the Draco sector is now fully liberated, and the focus for the rest of day 45 can now be to finally liberate Hellmire. With only 2 Terminid fronts left, it was time to make a significant push into Hellmire. However, just 2 hours after the liberation, a Terminid outbreak occurred on Crimsica, causing Super Earth to lose control over the Draco sector once again. Helldivers very quickly mobilized to contain this threat in Crimsica. Before the end of the day, Crimsica would be liberated for the 2nd time. Super Destroyers would then redeploy to Hellmire to resume the assault. Uploading liberation data for this time period. Shortly after the Terminid outbreak, 200,000 Super Destroyers would arrive in defense of Crimsica. By the end of the day, Hellmire would nearly reach 60% liberation, and Oshaune reaching 76% liberation. It seems on day 46, it may be possible to liberate both of these planets. On day 45, steady progress continues on the Automaton front. Despite the majority of forces currently engaged with the Terminids, liberation appears to have doubled on every planet. That is all for this data log data archive. We are continuing the fight in Hellmire.